I was a barista, I was a waitress, you know, and I went in and I said I could. And my friends were like, Gabrielle, you don't know how to play accordion, how are you going to live off it? And I said, well, that's the thing, because I don't have no discipline. I said, if I have to live off of it, I have to play every day. And in that current of this idea, I just fell in love.
I think that people in the street when they were buying in the street, they flinch at the prices because they think that if you're in the street, you really need the money.
Just be invisible. If you think that you're invisible, no one sees you. Just be. So because it's hard. The first times, like now I'm getting used to it. I don't even think about being invisible or not, but at first I had to. I was like, I'm gonna be sick. I can't. This is that you're actually putting yourself out there is so hard because there are all these eyes, and then you're like, okay, be one, don't be judged, don't judge. But who cares? When it's at that point, you're like, oh my god, I can't do this. I want to go home. You know. But you have to. Once you break that ice, many times this becomes actually a place where you're very, very comfortable.
I go all over New York about 5 days a week. I make a painting.
My website is joemagdam.com. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask.
In Montreal, I've had notices many times.
Really?
So
they would actually come up to you?
Yeah, they come up to you and they want to see a permit. And you're like, oh, that's why I need money to buy a permit.
Yeah, right? I'm working on that.
I'm gonna get there. So I came here and I could simply just do it every day without having hassles.
I like creeping people out. Everyone's so bored, you know. I feel like I'm doing them a favor when I freak them out.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Give them something to talk about, conversation.
Bring them back to the present.
Absolutely. Live in the moment instead of like autopilot. Like I have to get on the train and go to work and have my iPod in, and I hate my life.
I've been making art all my life. It's been my only source of income for about a year.
I've had my gates thrown in, my installation gates thrown in the street. I've been physically punched in the hand by somebody, pushed around, told by the people that work around me that I can't do this and I can't do that. Never by the police or never by the parks department or by the museum, only by other artists telling me what I should be doing, how I should be doing my business. And
why do you think that is?
Jealousy, total jealousy, anger that they can't do well. They could do well if they worked hard, but they don't work hard enough. Because whilst they're all talking over there, joking around, smoking cigarettes on the benches, I'm out here painting. That's the difference. So I've got a core of works that I can show. They haven't, and they will never have because they can't see that it's about work.
I'm as earnest as you're gonna get. Like I do pay by donation. If you really need to see me, then I don't even need to take any money from you. But the thing is, you really need to give me something. Like, you really need to sacrifice something of yourself if you want an honest reading in general. Like, not because I want your stupid fucking money. Not because, like, you know, the money is like, the money that I get goes straight into beer. That's what it goes to. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a bender if I do a really good night. I don't need to do that. Yeah, I don't need to do that. But, you know, as it's for you, like, you need to feel like you're giving something of yourself. If you want a good reading, you have to feel the sacrifice of something. and the more the better. I mean, yeah.
So this isn't just like a marketing tool that you've come up with. You believe that?
I believe that. No, it is a powerful marketing tool. I mean, it's like, for my jewelry line, yeah, totally, but I believe it completely. I have total faith in it. But at the same time, my jewelry company is, you know, a very Lady Gaga model, and Lady Gaga's business model is the more you give of yourself, the more exposure you get, the more eyes you get. Like, she doesn't sue people. She's not going to sue people like Prince for, you know, using her song in a piano recital. She'll let you do that because she understands that if she lets you do that, you get exposure, and if you become successful from your stupid YouTube video, then, you know, she's going to be more successful. It's like a really, actually very revolutionary business plan, and nobody really thought of that before in such a strong way, and I think that's really marked me.
That puts you in the safest spot.
To street theater is three important phases. First, there's the build. You have to know how to build on it, especially for a sit down or a circle show like what we do. The build is almost can be more important than the performance, because if you don't get your audience attention, you won't even get a chance to perform for them. And then it's the performance, and then third is you got, after building them and giving a great performance, you got to know how to get the donations that you deserve.
I don't know if this needs to be in your movie, but we're just talking for it. Yeah. I'm on a mission because a lot of people that I've spoken to have mentioned that I'm very passionate in music and feel it, and I'm very so like that in life as well. Yeah. So I'm going to. I need to be busking. I've been busking every day now to attain a certain amount of money, and I never really have to do that because I sustain myself with very little. But I need to go get a man I love. It's like a 4-day drive alone, and I'm sort of stealing my parents' car. It's a really, it's a crazy story. Yeah, it's gonna be worth it.
I get to see how people respond to me. I get to see. I get to really touch base with, people in a way that I haven't, and that's so important if you're a business person, to not be removed from people.
It's hard if you want a lot of things. Yeah. But you can manage. You have to work. I mean, as much as people are like, wow, if I, like today, for the past days, I've been playing all day long. But I can easily just play 2 hours and live off that money for a couple of days or whatnot, But if I like to, right now I'm living at some friend's house, so I'm not paying rent. But I've done it before in Montreal. And it's just days of basking, and that's basking and like playing music like this. It's a lot of energy. Like you come home and you're like, you're exhausted. Yeah. But it was worth it, and I mean, I do dumpster diving. You know what that is? Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, like a lot of people don't respect that, but I don't. I don't. I mean, if I feed myself with other people. Like we make big suppers. I don't need something so fancy. Because I think it's a luxury for me to just do my art every day, and I don't have to. I mean, I'm my own boss. Yeah. So at the same time, it's good because it builds your like a character. You have to be like, I have to go do this.
If you're gonna be paying me money, I'm not gonna be an asshole and gyp you and tell you that your mom's gonna die and your dog's gonna die. I mean, they're all gonna die. Jesus.
Because there's so many ways of living, and I think any one of them is respectful, as long as you're happy about what you do.
It's a great stage, you know. Your stage is what you make of it.
Because I mean, you don't have much control in your life, but you can choose to deal with it the way you want to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
And so to be able to make this choice consciously, of course, any day tomorrow I can say I stop. It's not going to do anything to anyone. So for me, that's great freedom. I mean, it's not freedom itself, but it still is. So the fact that no one's expecting anything from me makes me go.
When you're able to actually make new work every day, then you grow much faster as an artist, and your ideas can be resolved about things, and you can try new things all the time, and you know, you're just immersed in your work, and it allows for a great freedom to like really express yourself and your ideas.
Artists always think, you know, oh, you know, I'm going to be an artist, and they're like really out there. You know, there was a film I saw. I think it was the Andy Warhol one that was done. They made him to this space guy. Oh yeah. And I'm sure he wasn't like that. He was as sharp as they come, that guy. I mean, he must have been.